Final race of the season, Tour of Guangxi. 6 stages, punchy, hilly race. Big teams here, Ineos of course, Jumbo-Visma. Really big names here. Favourites for the first stage: Pedersen, Groves, Delay, Demar, Welsford, Nizzolo, Bennett, Muschietti, Ewan and Gurmai. Looks like a sprinters stage with a few intermediate sprints and KOM points on offer. Hey, Mika. Welcome. Tour of Guangxi, the only race, I guess it's most impressive race today, the last race of the season. Oh, I realised I didn't switch my view across. Anyway, the race is just loading. Cool, we're into the race now. Let's get my riders to hit on 0 as we begin. And they're getting out of the way. Quite a few big teams here. Andre Amador, you see the Costa Rican national champion. Glass drivers here. HP, Human Powered Health. Total, the screen. Yeah. Apologies, yeah. All good, Mika. Attack from Silver of Glass Drive after their impressive efforts in the last few races. It's good to see them up here at the Pro Tour level, gaining a lot of points. Looks like they're joined by Uga of Roubaix, Guati Bonza from Astana, and Van der Meulen. But they're in caught by the peloton, so I shouldn't have gone through everyone's names yet, because Shane Archibald of Bora is not letting them go. LaCroix of Glass Drive now attacking with McCambridge and Bushes of Roubaix on offer today. We have 12 intermediate sprint points and 10 KOM points up for grabs. Looks like LaCroix and McCambridge are allowed to go, with Van Moa just pulling back the chase, if it ever so slightly. But Conti riders are trying once again. Rider from Roubaix. Archibald not liking that. Archibald chasing them. Shane Archibald, who retires at the end of the season. Markle also up there. Guati Bonza trying to get in there once again. These few same riders trying to get into the break, but they're not being allowed by Archibald or Markle. Small rise in the road. Okay, when one's ringing. There you go, attack from a distance. Bushes is trying Silver as well, but this time it's Kim Hajduk of Ineos who is not letting them go. Uga and Guati Bonza. Not sure why they're not allowed to go. Are they allowed to go? Looks like they are allowed to go, these two riders, as they make their way up to the breakaway. Quickly gaining a minute on the pack. peloton. There are still riders trying to attack and get up there, but they're not being allowed. Up the first ascent, there's no KOM points on offer, but the riders are here nonetheless. There you go, the breakaways become 4 as those 2 from the back catch up. Gap is 2 minutes 50. Oh, there's been a fall. Decent fall. Dion Smith, Chevalier, and Hitched are the riders who are the most damaged. Dion Smith, bit of a all-roundy lead-out man for Team Jayco. Hopefully they will make it back to the peloton. One kilometre to the intermediate sprint point. Who's going for it? It looks like it's Leroy from Team Glass Drive who takes the maximum points there. Cambridge from Human Powered Health in second. Uga from Roubaix in third. Geez, a lot of high rises here. Surprise, surprise. Oh, another fall. This time by Jacob Hananen of Team AG2R, the former Finnish champion. The 70 Ks to go, he should catch up. Oh, KOM point. Whips. Well, LaCroix takes that again. Same order, but Cambridge, and then, oh no, the Colombian in third, Uga in fourth. Come up to the second intermediate sprint point. They're sprinting from 1.8 Ks to go, are they? The riders are looking a little bit worse for wear. Everyone's looking a little bit tired. Only 30 seconds back to the peloton. Ethan Hayter and Pelzer are leading the charge. No one's sprinting for it because they can't. But McCambridge takes maximum points there as they're caught at the same time by the peloton. Looks like Greenberg will not be making his way back to the peloton. Ewan has just made it back after a puncture, and he is being escorted by Drisners to the front. Will there be some sort of will there be another attack by some rider? It's because it's wet, and riders don't like the wet too much. Also, the two main teams at the front are Trek and Bora. They're represented mostly. DSM also up here, and Team Ineos. Bit of a stalemate here as everyone's just working together in the rain. Sprint trains are forming now. Caden Groves, the Australian sprinter for Team Ineos. Casper van Uden for Team DSM. Geisagiv is up here. Looks like they're leading out Moschetti. Four in the pack by Damien Housen and Matthew Deanham. Deanham maintains his place in the pack, but Housen is out the back. As we head to the front for the KOM points, will anyone be sprinting for it, or will they just be rolling through? Looks like just rolling through as Hajduk takes Max with Turner in second, I think. Nope, Archibald and Turner. Everyone's all back together, 15 kilometers to go. Flat sprint now, no one tried anything up that climb. Team Bengal is at the front, also Sam Bennett being led out by Sargin and Gibbons of Team UAE. Few riders being distanced off the back, Hausen, Greenberg and Bev Quila. 12 Ks to go at the front. Road's looking kinda skinny. Guys to Give seems to be leading. Oh, another fall. Perichon and Clark, but both are up and still in the pack. Hofstetter being led out now as well. Steinhauser, who are they leading out? Vandenberg? No, they have a train over here for Jake Stewart. Not really sure who's going for who. It's a bit of a scrum here. Frigo has fallen. Team DSM. He is up and he is with this back few bunch of riders. Who is behind that? It's Greenberg. It is. Pozivivo has fallen in the pack. Domenico Pozivivo of Team Israel Premier Tech. He is fighting to get back into the pack. He is our GC leader, damn it. Meanwhile at the front it's all heading off. DSM are driving the pace for Wellsford on the left. We have Groupama FDJ with Dainese. Gurumai being brought up on the far left. 3 Ks to go. Archibald out of nowhere. Where's his rider? He is leading out. Nowhere to be seen. Sean Quinn is gone early. Nico Dens now. Gurumai on the left. It is going to be Gurumai or Gibbons. Where's Bennett? Low. Dainese on the last second ahead of Gibbons, who won ahead of Bennett. A few riders losing time. Domenico Pozivivo losing time. God damn it. Frigo losing time. And Hausen. And the last rider, Greenberg, also losing a bit of time there. Podium, Alberto Dainese takes the first stage ahead of Gibbons and Gurumai, which also means Dainese is in the lead. Gibbons in second, and at Cambridge with those bonus seconds in third. Best climber is Jeremy Lacroix of Glass Drive. Points is Dainese. And youth is Dainese also. And team classification, Team UAE. Yeah, look at that. Probably FDJ with his new manager taking the win. Stage 2 is Pan Flat, 2 intermediate sprints. Another sprinter's day in paradise. Starting stage 2 with the FDJ almost domination of all the jerseys, but Gurumai is leading, holding the youth jersey for Dainese. An attack right away. Tom Bartha of Caja Cambridge of Human Powered Health, Diesel of Bengal Rojas of Intermarché and LaCroix of, but doesn't really matter because the peloton Kim Hajduk is straight on to them. So let's wait a bit to see if one gets established before we go through who else. But there's attack on the left now. McGill and Olga trying to get in there. Frigo trying to make up for some of that time he lost yesterday. Oh, Archibald does not like one of these two riders, either Martin or Dessel. Venezuelan Linares of Glass Drive also getting into the mix. But the peloton doesn't like that. Either they don't like a big breakaway or they don't like some of these riders. Well, they're setting up. These riders were fine for a bit, but one of these two riders are not happy with. Tours is either helping them bring it back or just trying to get in the break. Just a bad acceleration. Well, it looks like two riders in today's breakaways. It is Diesel of Bengal and Martin of Caja Rural. Absolute pan flat stage. As the gap gets out to 3 minutes, crash in the back by a sole rider, or two riders. Carlos Rodriguez and Dries de Puta. De Puta's back in the pack, but Rodriguez is out by himself. Luckily, it's early days in the race and makes it back in with ease. Episode 3 minutes 20. It's staying pretty stable, if anything, it's going down slightly. Leading the peloton, Groupama FDJ, of course, for their leader, Dainese, who won the first stage. DSM, Bora, and Ineos all showing face also. $22Ks for the intermediate sprint. Will the breakaway hold out? 1 minute 40. It's going to be close. For 45 seconds. The breakaway is in sight of the peloton. We don't go back down the peloton, man. The sprinters are lining themselves up in the peloton, trying to get some of these points that are up for grabs in 4 kilometers time. It looks like the breakaway is about to be caught with 60Ks to go. McClay is leading out Dainese for these intermediate sprint points. Van Oden for Welsford. Boyvin's up here. Where's Moschetti? There he is. He's on the back of Van Hooydonk. Too far back. Welsford goes for it. Welsford and Dainese. Dainese is going to take it. This is a long sprint. Dainese takes it with ease. And third place looks like it was Moschetti there, was it? It was Matteo Moschetti gaining some points in that classification. Bora should not win a single stage or GC. I mean, they haven't won anything yet with Archibald's just been working at the front all day, really. Trek shows themselves, as does Lotto Destiny. They're ready for Pedersen and Delay. Everyone's just chilling together in the pack. $15Ks for the intermediate sprint, $32Ks till the finish of the race. Definitely going to be a sprinter's victory. It's a little bit undulating terrain, but not enough to cause any damage. Here we go, second intermediate sprint. The sprinters are all getting their small lead outs. There's Dainese and McClay once again. Meyerhofer is trying to steal McClay. Sagan is leading out Bennett. Frigo is there for Welsford. Boyven for Moschetti, but Moschetti is way out of place at this point. Here comes Van Uden out of nowhere. There we go, Sam Bennett launches. He's the first sprinter to launch. He's got a gap. There's Guillaume Boyven trying to chase it down, but no, it's going to be between Welsford and Dainese. Dainese is coming through. Dainese can hold them off. Welsford gets second, and Bennett, who in early main, gets third in that section. Archibald now is back on the front for Bora. He's got Demar. There's 17 k's to go for this sprint finish. Forget that Yumbo is here. There's Consoni looking strong there. There's Dimar on the back of the Bora train. Gurmai for Intermarché. Moschetti just surfing wheels there. Saritza for Estana. There's Zolo being led out by his Q36 train. 6.7 k's to go. Looks like the Bora train's now at the forefront. Bit of a mixing going on here. Who's still got their lead out? Welsford's in the middle of it. Hofstetter's got a bit of a lead out still. And Ethan Hayter being moved into position. Moschetti finds himself near the front on the back of Hofstetter. On the left of the screen, Boyven's doing something. 2.7 to go. The sprinters started. Who's going to launch first? To go around the final few corners, Ryan Gibbons is on the front. Sagan should launch now. On the left, Plumas launches. On the right, it is actually Bennett. Demar, someone has jinxed it, and Demar might take it. Absolutely. Steve Ryman has jinxed it, and Demar has won the stage ahead of Bennett and Moschetti. Everyone stayed together. There is no time gaps in today's stage. Bora takes the win of the stage. GC Dainese still leads with Demar in second, followed by Bennett, Gibbons, Moschetti. Best climber, no points on offer, so it's still LaCroix. Dainese extends. Does he lead? Probably not. Demar probably catches up to him actually in the points classification there. Young rider still Dainese. And team classification now, Iolo Kometa. You have jinxed it, Steve. Steve. An absolute jinx. All at the same time there. Back to stage 1. Who lost time in stage 1? Greenberg, Hausen, Biquilla, Frigo, and Pilsvivo. Anyway, stage 3. Misplanning. Damn. Hopefully that's not enough points to do any real damage. Another sprinty stage with a few more KOM points on offer. If it gets in the breakaway, we'll be getting some more points there. Here we are, start of the third stage. aura in the points classification after being jinxed by Stivril. Dainese still in yellow. LaCroix in the KOM, and McCambridge in the hell's that, youth. Attacked by the KOM jersey. He knows all the points are up for grabs today, and he wants to hold his lead. No one else is going to join him, are they? Yes. Riguel of Team AG2R is making his way into the breakaway, as is Figueroa and Garcia. Peloton's not reacting to those, so it looks like there'll be 4 men in the breakaway to begin with. Van der Meulen's trying something, but Hausen does not like Van der Meulen going in the break, so he is going to chase him down at full pelt. Oh, P4 in the team standings. And Hausen's just going to caught the other 3 riders also. It is just LaCroix, the rider from Glass Drive, out in front. Guy Sagiv, the Israeli national champion, now getting into the, well, trying to get in the break. Same with Silva, Regil once again, and Figueroa. The first climb of the day, 1k from the top. The peloton has got Dins on the front. Oh, puncture at the back, we missed that. Anton Toluk is abandoning the race, and Consoni must have crashed also, but it's a big blow as a domestic for Team Trek. Little trick there. There we go, LaCroix first up the climb as his teammate. Silva's going to be second, and Guy Sagiv is going to be third. Looks like Nico Dens will just be rolling through for fourth. Sagiv is looking a bit dead there, but is the breakaway allowed to fully establish? Nah, Sagiv is going to be caught by the peloton. He gets to sit back inside, and Silva has attacked Leroy. Teammates attacking each other at the front as everyone is being swallowed by the peloton. Everyone's back together. David Decker has punctured. The sprinter for Team Arkea out the back by himself. Glass Drive sending another man into the breakaway. Figueiredo, but Eddie Fine is not allowing that. Nico Dens also not allowing the breakaway to go. Figueroa takes maximum points. Anyone else sprinting for it? Nope, they're just going to roll across the line, which puts Eddie Fine in second in that classification there. Oh, splits in the pack. What's happening back here? There's been a fall. Sam Bennett is on the ground. Steinhauser and Ponomore, but it looks like the ones taking most of the damage is Sam Bennett, who has losing time to the pack. Same as Steinhauser. Hopefully some riders drop back to help. No riders dropping back to help Sam Bennett, the sprinter for UAE, or to help Steinhauser, domestic for EF Education, but they're working together. A few riders looking dead from the front of the pack. Silva, Archibald, Sagiv, LaCroix, and the Rojas. A very, very quick pace being set by FDJ now. McClay is leading out Dainese for these intermediate sprint points. Don't know if anyone else is actually going to sprint for it. UAE up the front with Wellens. All these red teams here. Looks like Cofidis and Arkea, but there goes Dainese. Dainese is going for it. 800 meters. He's gone early. Is it enough to hold off Delay? Delay is coming from Delay and Perichon. Easily held them off. Dainese, sprinter extraordinaire. The pack has taken their foot off the gas. Maybe there'll be some regrouping here with 70k's to go. All the jerseys, well, a lot of the jerseys are here in the second bunch actually. It's a sprinty race. Let's go top 10 in the general classification. Welsford and Muschietti and McCambridge Consoni are all in that second major pack. At the front of the race, Davide Weiss has attacked with Garcia, but they're being reeled back very quickly by Perichon of Cofidis. We begin the climb for the third time. To Garcia goes. He wants these KOM points. Meanwhile, the two groups are almost back together. Ponema and Minkies have brought them back together. Out the back, it is Sam Bennett and Steinhauser. I'm not sure if these two will catch up, but we'll keep an eye on them. Garcia goes first over the top, and everyone else just kind of makes up the numbers. David Decker has been dropped from the peloton. A few other riders too. Rojas, all those riders who were active early in the day. Also Ruiz. Splits are happening once again on the descent. Riders just dropping the wheel. Garcia has a 40-second lead. And he is caught as Guillon of Roubaix goes right over the top. Postelberger, not liking that, is chasing him down. 10k's the next KOM point. More splits in the peloton. Rodriguez is behind for Team Ineos, as is Martinez. They're working to get back up there. She's a third bunch on the road. There's a lot of the sprinters, and they are way out of contention. Looks like they're almost sitting up. Muschietti and Welsford in that mix. First two bunches are together with Cofidis on the front now. KOM now, who's going to do anything? All of Cofidis is at the front. They're just going to roll over the line. Here's that second bunch on the road. They're almost caught up to the peloton as they crest the climb for the penultimate time. Team time trial now for Team Cofidis. Dainese has got McClay. They're looking for that intermediate sprint. Here's a second group on the road with a few of the sprinters in it. At the front, McClay is working insanely hard for Dainese. 1k to the sprint points. Dainese launches early. Early has worked for him the last few sprints. Eddie Fine, the only one who's trying something. Dainese takes it with ease ahead of the Cofidis team time trial. Group of 47 riders are almost within contact. It is Lars Boven. Hey Joe. Yeah, Cofidis control doesn't feel right. You're right. They're all back together. 145 riders. Few riders at the back though. Romeo, Golig, Serrano, Johnson. No real big names. Maybe the sprinter for Astana. All the domestics. A lot of riders who wanted the KOM points. Oh yeah, that's right. Sam Bennett still at the back. He wanted to catch up. Geisergiv and Steinhauser. Back in the peloton. Still Cofidis on the front. 4Ks to the next KOM point. This split will be decisive in deciding what happens in this race. Decisive in deciding. Same word twice. Last race of the season, stage 3. We have 1 kilometer to go. No one's going to attack for the KOM points, are they? Rowan Dennis? Nope. Jonathan Narvaez has attacked. Rowan Dennis is trying to counter. And Arnaud Delis, the sprinter for Lotto Destiny. Cofidis, even though they're on the front, are not reacting quick enough. A gap has opened up. Narvaez is going for the KOM points, is he? So you're going to keep going down the other side. Delay and Narvaez are off the front. Eddie Fine is the leader of the KOM classification just by being on the front of the peloton enough times. They're holding 20 seconds over the pack. Eddie Plancart has fallen. There's a pile-up in one of the corners. Lutsenko, Campenuts, Mosca Ponoma is down. Oh, looks like there might be a band abandoned here. Looks like Amador and Plankart, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's head back to the front. Fortunato and Monkeys now on the attack. Two riders from Wanty. Matthew Deanham joining in on the fun. More splits on the descent. Lot of riders out of contention. As Moschetti made the split this time, he has not. Damn, no Premier Tech riders. Oh, yeah, there is one, Williams. Anyway, attack at the front by Dennis. Zana now. Piccolo. Former Gazprom rider as Sean Quinn, his teammate, tries to jump across, but instead drags the peloton up. 3.7 Ks to go, the sprint is beginning. Damien Hauser on the front, Andre Amador has withdrawn from the race. Rick Plumer's attacks. He's got a 6-second lead coming into the final 1 kilometer. Dimar's just going to launch his sprint now, he hasn't got a lead out train. What's going to happen, Dimar? Who else is going for him? Delay is coming up on the inside, and Dimar takes his 2nd stage win for Bora. Delay in 2nd, Pedersen 3rd, Girmay in 4th. A lot of riders missing the splits here today, as the first group goes across the line. Uta Brooks misses out. First major leader, but he loses only a few seconds. Hugo Huel coming in that 2nd bunch. The next major bunch on the road, everyone's just chilling, coming in 2 minutes down. We'll have a look at the results to see who lost out. Last rider on the road, David Decker, with, of course, Guti Bonza of Team Astana. Let's look at that podium. Dimar takes his 2nd stage win, Dili in 2nd, Pedersen in 3rd. General classification still Danese, all those bonus seconds from the intermediate sprints. Dimar closes the gap to 2 seconds. Best climber Eddie Fine sneaks in there after going across the front of the peloton on all those climbs. Points classification is still Danese, as his lead to Dimar drops. He's still in the young rider classification, and Cofidis now take over the team classification. There we have the top 20 on the stage. Quite a few sprinters in the mix, quite a few riders not in the mix. As we have a look at who lost time today. First rider to... Hey, Positivo kept up, but he lost time in the previous stage. Great. Campanat and Ute Brooks, the first riders to lose time. Ute Brooks looks like the leader for Jumbo Visma here. Lily Martinez also losing time. AG2R coming in, minute 52 down. Who else is big up here? Welsford losing a bit of time. Moschetti, Zolo. Where are the big name punctures? Oh well, big loser for today. The riders that abandoned: Anton Tolhoek, Baptist Plankart, and Andre Amador. Overall changes in the classification: Delay jumps 19 places to 3rd, Girmay 2 to 5th. All the riders at the top rising, and as we know, a lot of riders at the back losing their placement. Stage 4 finishes on an incline. So favourites are going to be hilly riders, not mountain riders. So we've got like Victor Lefay, Andres Kolb, Carlos Rodriguez, and Ben Turner for Ineos. Hopefully another good race. That's true, Grimai is indeed trying. We can definitely appreciate that. Straight into it. Riders on the front there, of course, Dima in that points classification on behalf of Dainese. Nice decent climb at the finish with 2 sets of KOM points on offer within quick succession. 3 lots of intermediate points and another KOM point early on. So I would see the KOM jersey. Greenberg and Chevalier into the break to begin with. Another 5 riders trying to get in. Let's see if they are allowed to do so. That is Boven, Boulderstone, Bassett, Gotivonza and Bice. But they're not being allowed because Gaisagiv has got pretty bad acceleration. He tried to get in the break. Oh, McClay's not liking that. As Cofidis and Groupama FDJ start to chase. Packs mostly together. All kind of letting everyone go, then chasing. Groupama FDJ with a big team time trial on the front, chasing a few of these riders down. Hitched, Desal, Martinelli, and they're all caught, so there's not much point talking about them, but the rider from DSM is Frigo. Soul rider out in front, it is Hitched from Human Powered Health. Who else is coming across? Boulderstone is trying again, but DVD Bice, but I think the peloton's right there. Yep, right there. Oh, are they letting them go, are they? Looks like they might be letting these 2 riders go. A breakaway of 3 has made it up the road. David Bice of Iolo Cometa, Boulderstone of Caharual, and Hitched of Human Powered Health. As they're coming to the first KOM points of the day. 1k to the KOM 600 meters. Hitched is out of it. It is between Bice and Boulderstone. Bice takes it just on the line ahead of Boulderstone. The break has a decent time gap to the peloton, 2 minutes 20, but looks like there's some more attacks, some more riders were trying to make their way in. Eddie Fine is not going to be defending his jersey. Puncture for Chevalier of Roubaix as he loses distance with the peloton. 2Ks to the intermediate sprint for the breakaway. Not contesting it, but Bice takes it ahead of Hitched. Puncture for Vandenberg, but he's still in the peloton. Breakaway will not be winning the stage, the gap's only 2:30. Who's working in the peloton with Bora and FDJ? Nope. Although Destiny, Cofidis, Yumbo, Glass Drive, Bora, FDJ, AG2R, everyone really. Everyone is kind of working. Well, second intermediate sprint, will they contest this one? Yes, they why? Why this one? Boulderstone, Bice, then Hitched. No, Bice, Hitched. Well, that doesn't sound right. Oh well. They did that for some reason. Puncture for Alex Bourdin. He'll make his way back to the peloton quite easily. puncture for Pacenti. Now only a minute back to the peloton. The peloton has the breakaway in sight. It is the rider from Glass Drive who's doing quite a lot of the pacemaking. Next intermediate sprint is upcoming. All the sprinters make their way to the front. Where's Dainese? Here he comes, Dainese and Demar. But it looks like Lars Boven from Bengal is trying something. An attack from inside the pack. There's a gap and he's holding it. He takes maximum points there. Demar takes third in that sprint. Boven just wanted the points. A little bit of flat, slightly uphill as we begin the final climb of the day. Nongala scenic areas, a few splits happening in the peloton with this a bit of acceleration. Campanat's showing himself towards the front, working for Lotto. There we are, 5Ks till the top. This is where the action will happen. Sean Quinn on the front for EF. The road is quite skinny. If you're not somewhat in the first 20 riders already, it's going to be difficult to make your way up. Van Moa's trying something. Let's have a look at the peloton snaking down the climb. Caden Groves is still up here. Eddie Fine's still at the front, so he might gain some more KOM points, who knows. Sam Uman also, Dainese looks like he's struggling a little bit. Where's his helpers? Where's the rest of FDJ? Stephen William, the best placed rider from Israel, looking a bit dead. 1.7 Ks to go as we go through this banner. Petra Conrad takes some points there. Eddie Fine gains some more points and then maintains his lead in that classification. 800 meters, who's going to take it? There's a big drag to the line. Looks like it could be Uman's day to shine. On the left, Kron coming out of nowhere, but no, it's Victor Lefay who's right placed at the right time. He's celebrating early. He crosses the line. Coffee, this takes the win. All the big names, Rodriguez coming in the top 10. Pavel Sivakov, Rohan Denis Navayez. Expected a bit more of a showdown than just a ride to the line. Greenberg and Sainz are two riders who are dropped from the peloton. Everyone else should be roughly the same time. Stage 4 podium, let's have a look where their time splits in the end. They were not. Victor Lefay takes the sprint on stage 4 up the climb. GC, not much difference. Demar is now 1 second behind Dainese, getting that bonus second at that intermediate sprint. Lefay now up to third. Delay in fourth. Best climber Eddie Fine gains 2 more points there. Patrick Conrad jumps up a few places, now 1 point behind. Points classification still Dainese. Demar 7 points behind. Young rider still Dainese. And Jumbo Visma now ahead of the team classification there. Two stages to go in the Tour of Guangxi. Small changes in the top 10 with Conrad, Lefay and Kron making their way up, pushing Perichon, Presenti and Groves outside of the top 10. Another sprint stage, Pedersen favourite once again. Haven't seen him too much, but hopefully that will change. Here we are at the start of the second to last stage, what they call it, penultimate stage of the race. A few KOM points on offer, a few sprint points, but ultimately a sprint finish. Tronchen of Team AG2R is attacking with Molly of Roubaix, Saints of Cajaruel, and Gavazi of Iolo. Are they letting someone go before I start naming other names? Can't quite tell. Attack from inside the breakaway group. Oh, I think they're chilling out now. So, Andre Cavello of Team Glass Drive, Molly of Roubaix, Trochin, and Vandenberg of EF and AG2R. And of course, Team Total Energy is trying to get into the break of the peloton, not liking that, so of course the whole breakaway gets caught. There's going to be Vandenberg and Tronchin with Lars Boven there for Team Bingal, as well as the peloton is, I think, chilling, 3K, so intermediate sprint. Boven's going to sprint, right? Nope, didn't sprint, but he takes maximum points there. Gap is now 2 minutes 30. Who's working at the peloton? It is solely FDG. Or Groupama FDG. There we are, 3.6 kilometers to the KOM climb. There's a category 3 climb, so there's 6.5 points on offer. Tronchon is the first to attack from AG2R, looking good in those brown pants there. Boven is going to counter, but it looks like it's too late, is it? Vandenberg up on the outside, takes them all by surprise. Oh, a few more riders attacking at the peloton. It is Guy Segiv and Lecroix. Was it down to 4th place, was it? It was down to 4th place. My mistake. These two riders are also trying to get... Oh, crash at the back, but riders back in the peloton. Frigo now helping with the chase for Team DSM. Gap is back out to 3:30, slowly rising. There is 106 k's to go. It is quite a long stage as Ineos join. Why is Rodriguez joining in the chase? Anyway, 8 k's to the intermediate sprint. No one went for it last time, but who the hell knows what's going to happen this time. 1.5 k's. Throshin on the front, Boven in second wheel. 700 meters, look like they are going to sit up. Vandenberg not going to sprint past. No, Boven takes ahead of Vandenberg and Throshin. Rodriguez, Mountaineer, is on the front for Team Ineos Grenadiers. Number 1 on his back, but he's on the front of the pack. Apologies, my phone rang, had to pause for that. Let's get back into it. Okay, 20Ks to go. So the next KOM point, and looks like there's 3 KOMs, starting with a category 3, category 2, then a category 1. The gap to the breakaway 2 minutes 40 is being reduced. So the rider has fallen. Yes, Garvazi has fallen, but he will make it back. Category 3 points up for grabs here. 5 points. Julius Vandenberg launches first this time. Boven on his wheel, and Vandenberg no match for the other two, as he takes maximum points. The question is, will he ride on alone? Who's taking the points behind? That's what I get it. Looks like Lacroix takes the points behind, ahead of Guy Shagiv. If they carry on riding, it looks like they could, because Fouché is letting them continue riding. Vandenberg sits up, waits for his breakaway companions as they continue to ride together. A few splits in the peloton on the descent. Looks like it is the team of Astana dropping the wheel here and there. Could be a protest to one of their former managers. Greenberg once again has been dropped. Minute 50 is the gap from peloton, the breakaway, to the peloton. Vandenberg takes maximum points there again. This time category 2 climbs, so it's worth 10 points. Lacroix takes the final points on offer there as well. Vandenberg on 20, he is 4 points behind the lead. It's getting pretty close here. This category 1 climb is going to determine the winner. If I was Vandenberg, I would keep riding. I wouldn't wait for my breakaway companions. They were not the bestest. Looks like he is riding on his 13 seconds ahead of his breakaway companions, a minute 10 ahead of the peloton. Looks like he's going to take maximum points here. Oh, there's a crash in the pack. Tess, the Faison of Q36, has crashed. Let's just see what happens with the rest of these first, and then we'll go have a look at him. Best climber Jules Vandenberg takes the best climber classification. There's Tess Faison. He's up. He's back on the rear of the peloton. Rodriguez leading the peloton now, followed by Tronchen. Few splits here and there. If I were the front group, I'd just pace, man. I'd hope your leader was with you, and I'd just pace. So is this the same song, just repeating? There we go. Anyway, 21Ks to go. The breakaway is about to be caught. Vandenberg and Boven, the last few riders. Everyone's gearing up for a sprint. You can see the blue train of Jaco Alula, the red train of Ineos, and the black train of Team DSM. Everyone else is just kind of mixy in the middle. Greenberg will not catch back up to the peloton. He will lose more time in today's stage. Anyone want to jinx who the winner is for this stage? Pretty pan flat. A few corners at the end, but not too many. Here we go. 8Ks to go. There's Dainese. He's on the back of, it looks like the, what's that? Arkea rider. Groupama FDJ, their trainers up here, hiding out of sight. Ranieri rides, tries to pull through to the front. They've got to get Dainese up there. We don't want to give Demara another stage win. On the right, we have the Q36 train coming through for Nizzolo. The boys in blue, Dion Smith, going to lead out Caleb Ewan. Haven't seen much of Caleb Ewan in this race, except for that crash he had early on. It's Q36 and Alula on the front. Here is Dainese. Dainese has found his way to the front with his train. He has been blocked though by Aaron Gate. It looks like McClay has launched. McClay has launched early. Who's gonna... Oh, McClay's gonna get caught on the line, but who by? Looks like Welsford of DSM takes the win ahead of Stewart. Benny and Gurmai up there once again in third position. A few riders losing time today. Vandenberg, Trunchen and Fouché. And of course Greenberg. Let's have a look what happens to the podium for that. Welsford ahead of Stewart, Gurmai, Walushi, Hofstadter, Moschetti, Nozzolo, Bennett, Consoni, McClay, Dumas nowhere in sight. General classification still 1 second between Dainese and Dumas. Lafay in third, Gurmai moves up to fourth. Best climber Jules Vandenberg takes the points there. And points classification, Dainese still ahead of Dumas. Still Dainese in youth. Team classification now EF. Education, easy post. Stage 5 results are there. Except for those riders from the break, no one lost any time. Let's see what happened to GC. Gurmai moves up a few places. Delay, Gibbons and Conrad drop down. One stage to go. Elspeth up in the points classification. Vandenberg out of nowhere. 10 points ahead of LaCroix. Final stage, there are 15 points on offer for the KOM. KOM jersey is still in contention. Sprint stage, 3 intermediate sprints with 1 second separating Dainese and Dumas. Anyone's game here at the Tour of Guangxi. There we are, so the final stage, Gurmai still wearing that youth classification jersey on behalf of Dainese. Dumas also wearing points classification on behalf of Dainese, and Vandenberg only went to wear his actual jersey apart from Dainese's, the KOM classification. Who's going to be in the break? Does anyone want to be in the break? It looks like Team Total Energy is finally going to make it into the break as they are the first rider to attack with Combard, Alex Bolden and Guglielmer. There's a lot of people trying to get in the break and a lot of people not being allowed to get into the break. So let's wait and see what happens here. FDJ chasing a lot of riders down. Not liking a lot of the composition. Maybe they chase them down so they can get the intermediate sprint. Who knows? There's 9Ks for the intermediate sprint. The issue is if they chase all the breaks down, but then Dumas gets the better of them, they could lose. Laval and Lapire working. And now the 2 riders in the breakaway. Dennis and Meyerhofer. I can't tell if they're working or attacking and trying to get across. 1.4 to the intermediate sprint. Sam Bennett has launched. He's taken everyone by surprise. He actually has taken everyone by surprise. Sam Bennett takes intermediate sprint ahead of Welsford and Bittner. Nice job, Sam Bennett. Now I think a breakaway should be allowed to escape. And yes, they have a three-man breakaway of Paul Lepeta, Alex Belden, and Laval, two AG2R riders, and one from Team Roubaix, all Frenchmen. Oh, fall at the back, 4 riders down, but they're all up. Regil, Plumas, Babor, and Rex. The peloton is being led by Groupama FDJ, Carlos Rodriguez of Ineos, Halamosa of Little Trek. $10K for the intermediate sprint. Breakaway will take that. So it's going to come down to near the end of the race for the Dumas versus Dainese battle. Intermediate sprint, these Frenchmen have a bit of an armistice, and they're not really caring. Yeah, 7Ks to the Category 3 climb. Bolden has been distanced by Laval and Lafera, who's going to take the points here because Vandenberg is still in the virtual lead of the KOM classification. Anyone who else wants to be in there, geez, he's been... It looks like the rider from Roubaix has been distanced. Who from the peloton's going to attack for these points? I know someone will. No one will. Cool, Vandenberg still leading by 10 points. It is now... wow. The only rider who can catch him is Lacroix. If Lacroix takes 10 points at his Category 2 climb, or else the rider from EF has won the KOM classification. One rider, 2 riders out in front, sorry. The rider from AG2R, now the sole leader, 43 seconds up the road from the peloton. Peloton looks like they're increasing their pace to try and catch him. .500 meters. It is Lacroix going for it, but he's too little, too late. He did not win the intermediates, did not win the sprint, so he finishes second, 2 points behind. 40Ks to go to the conclusion of this race with a intermediate sprint. 20Ks to go. A few gaps on the descent opening up. A few riders out the back actually even. Fall by Soretsta, and the whole Astana squad has gone back to pick up their Russian sprinter. Gedich is there, Lushenko. They're all going to make it back into the pack safe and sound, but that's what happens when you lose a rider. We're all back on level terms, everyone's all back together. FDJ is at the front leading the pace. Puncture for Posivivo, but he's back in the pack. Fuck's sake, Posivivo. Intermediate sprint is upcoming as we see Tingles leading out Pace Skins. Pedersen and Archbold here. Delay is being led out by Campanart, but there's a little bit of blocking happening. Dimar. Arne Dimar is up here at the front. Where is Dainese? Dainese is also here. Dainese needs to be in the mix if Dimar is here. A fall in the pack, but that's not so important now. The important bit is Dimar versus Dainese. Welsford goes for it. Moschetti is going to go for it too, and Maluki. It looks like Welsford takes maximum points, followed by Moschetti. The favourites for the race did not contend. McClay and Hajduk are the 2 riders that had crashed and losing a bit of time. That's why Dainese was in the wrong position. His lead-out man was not there. Anyway, 16Ks to go. Lidl Trek and Team Jaco on the front. Luke Petitjean has fallen. He is behind. Will Dainese be able to sprint without his main lead-out man? We shall have to see. There we are, 7 kilometers to go. Not really, a few sprint trains here and there. Jaco, the only one, the big one that we see. Ineos on the left, a few bike lengths down. Sam Bennett just trying to get into the mix there. DSM moving Welsford up on the left-hand side of the screen. Round the roundabout. I hope they took the correct side. A few teams losing positioning due to that. Another crash. Bouchard, Lafay, and Berthet are down. They won't be contending the sprint. We're heading back up. Caleb Ewins looking in pole position right now. Ineos are bringing up Hayter on the left-hand side of the screen. A few corners, 2.2 kilometers to go. Q36 on the right with Nizzolo. Bovin looks like he's launching now. Narvaez through the middle. Moschetti is going for it, but he is going to be overtaking as he, yes he is. Pedersen or Bennett. Bennett's going to take a stage win there ahead of Mads Pedersen and Caden Groves. It looks like Dainese has held on for grim death, and Diamar loses out by 1 second in the Tour of Guangxi. Riders losing time. Luke Petitjean, he loses his 11th place overall. Dan McClay and Hajduk losing a lot more than that. Final podium of the season. Sam Bennett takes the final victory on the final stage ahead of Pedersen and Groves. Dainese, confirmation that he has won the overall classification, 1 second ahead of Demar. He won the jersey in the first stage and held it all the way through. Best climber Jules Vandenberg. His great efforts on stage 5. Cheers, Joe. And points for Alberto Dainese ahead of Welsford, 5 points. Dainese in the youth classification ahead of Girmay. Team classification EF Education Easy Post. There we have the final race of the season, Grand Tour of Guangxi. Stage 6. Overall, a few changes. Pedersen moves up, Groves moves up, Eddie Fine moves out of the top 10. Points classification, Dainese held that all the way through. Mountain, young rider Dainese, yep, held that all the way through as well. Bloody hell, FDJ with a great team composition. Team classification confirmation on this screen shows Ineos takes that ahead of Easy Post. Thanks for tuning in to the final race of the SimGame Season 1. I think we're in off-season as we begin transfers and draft. Hopefully we'll be back pretty shortly for that, but from what I've heard it could be February. See what happens when posted. Keep you posted. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.